So hello friends, in this video basically we are going to create the very first endpoint by using this fast API, right? So for the I mean if you're not aware of how to set up your fast API project, so this is the video maybe that will be helpful for you. And if you already set up your fast API project, then I guess you can simply skip to the next video. Okay, so but for those who just want to set up their fast API project from the very initial, they just need to do a few things. First, you need to install Python to your system. Okay, so for that you can simply search for install Python, and the name of your system, maybe the operating system would be window, you are using Mac or Linux. Based upon that, you just have to simply install the Python. Okay, so after installing the Python, we need to create a folder. Okay, so there's the command line. Within this command line you can use this mkdir command to create a directory. Next, by using this cd, we need we will go into the directory. Okay, and next onward, so within this directory itself, either you can open, just like this. So basically I created this directory, which is fast API project. Okay, and I am within this project, so I had just opened the project within VS Code editor, right? Next, what we need to do is we need to use this command. Okay, which is python dash m and venv. Okay, so what this command will do, it will basically create a virtual environment, which is requires a virtual environment to run the Python code, right? So whenever you run this command, it leads to create this folder. Okay, this dot venv folder. Okay, so this is the virtual environment which allows to execute your Python code. Okay, so next you need to move into this virtual environment. Okay, so to move into that virtual environment, you need to use this command. Okay, so if you are using Windows, you have to use this venv slash script slash activate. Okay, and if you are using Linux, you can simply use this command, that is source venv slash bin slash activate. Okay, so now why is it we have to follow this structure? Because of how it is being stored, how it is being configured within this .venv file. Okay, so if I just open this folder, and you can see there we have the script folder. Okay, so when you open this folder also, you can see here we have this script, active script. Okay, so by running this script, we are basically set up our virtual we are moving to our virtual environment. So from where we are able to run our Python code, or maybe we are now enabled to create our first fast API project. Okay, so I just need to use this command. Okay, so let me write it here first. So just by writing this command, you will be get into this this .env file. Okay, maybe I can show you from the very beginning. That will also not be an issue. Let me show you from the very start. So let's say this is your folder. In my case, it is my workspace 2016 January, and just I am going to open this to my terminal. Okay, and I'm just going to open my code into code editor. Okay, next I'm just going to close this one. Since you can see I am in my project folder. Okay, so from there I need to go into this environment variable. Okay, so for that I need to first write the name of this folder, that is .venv, then slash, then scripts, because we have this script folder. Okay, so then I'm just going to write it here as scripts scripts. Then I need to use this activate.ps1. Okay, activate.ps1. Okay, so now if you just like give an attention at this point. So as I hit enter, you can see now we are in this .env folder. I mean this environment. Okay, so from here onward, I can run our server. Okay, run our Python server or run our Python code, right? So I can also now close this one, right? And now we had successfully completed this step. Okay, next we need to install the FastAPI package, so that will allow us to create our endpoint by using FastAPI. Okay, so to install, you can simply use this pip install FastAPI command. And if you are just going to use this standard, it is not required, but if you are just going to use this as standard, it is going to install all the standard dependencies that is recommended by FastAPI. Okay, simply. So after this, you can simply create an endpoint like this. Okay, but before that, we need to create a main.py folder, I mean a file. Okay, so as you can see here in my code also, I had created this main.py file. Okay, so earlier when you basically install this package, you are not supposed to get this main.py file by default. You have to create this by clicking on this new file, right? So after clicking on this, you can simply write your first endpoint like this. Okay, so we will discuss how to set up all this from that next video. But here, let's say we had created our first endpoint, which is slash I mean our root endpoint. Okay, so our next task is to run the server. Okay, so how can we run our FastAPI server? Okay, so to run that FastAPI server, we have to use this command, that is uvicorn, uvicorn, uvicorn dash main. So why I'm writing this main? Because of the name of my file is main. Okay, so within this I need to use this colon. Okay, and then onward I need to let's say if I name the instance of this FastAPI as app, then I need to use it as app. Then I'm going to use one more tag, that is reload. Okay, so why I'm using this reload tag? Because what I required is whenever I make any changes to my code, it will auto rerun my server. Okay, so that is why I'm using this reload tag. Once I enter once I enter here in terminal, it is going to start my server. Okay, so now my server is up and running at this port number. Okay, so at this endpoint, that is 102.0.0.1, then 8000. Okay, so our server is running at 8000 port. So now if I just click on this one, you can see here we have our server. Okay, and because of what is the path that we had configured here? This is a root path. Okay, so at our root path we are getting this response. So why we are getting this response? Because within this return block we had set as data is equals to hello world. So what as in in JSON format, right? So here we are getting the data within this JSON format. Okay, but in Python it is not JSON, it is dictionary. Okay, but when it is converting this dictionary to as response, it converted into JSON. Okay, good. Okay, one more thing. Maybe if you are aware of Postman. So Postman is an application which is quite popular, which we do use in backend to test APIs, right? But even though if you are not aware of that Postman or such features, you will get familiar with this as we progress in this course, right? So next, like developers also aware of like Swagger. So Swagger is also an UI interface which usually a developer have to set up by writing code and do some configuration. But in FastAPI, like out of the box, it provides the Swagger UI for ourselves. Okay, so whenever we create any endpoint, it is also going to create by default it creates a UI for UI within the Swagger. Okay, so if I just want to access that Swagger UI, I just need to write it here as docs. Okay, so as I enter here, you can see now we have a beautiful Swagger endpoint. If I just see this, this is our first endpoint, right? Slash get slash. If I just open this and I want to execute this endpoint, right? So I just need to click on this try it out button, and then I can simply hit this execute button. Okay, so as you can see, as I click on this, we had successfully executed this endpoint. Now it also gives us the curl which we can use to used in Postman, or I can simply use this curl and hit this API directly from our terminal. Okay, so as you can see here, we have this 200 response, which is hello world. Data is equals to hello world, right? So this is how simple this Swagger basically gives you this ability to create your APIs. Okay, and at the same time test your APIs directly in your UI instead of setting everything in some separate application like Postman. You it makes your life so easy, and then onward, once you deploy your application, okay, that you can this endpoint you can also share with your UI developers. Okay, those front-end developers, so that would also be very helpful for them, right? So this is it, and this is it about like how you can basically set up your FastAPI project from the very start, right? So in our next video, we start with the understanding some of the complex endpoints, and how we can access the path variables, and how we can create like dynamic routes. So there are so many things that that we are going to cover as we progress. So for this video, this is it. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section, and I will try to answer it uh, in a most easiest way that can be possible. Okay, so for now, this is it, and we will meet you in our next video. Till then, have a nice day and goodbye.